Roberto is behind the leaders over on the far side with 2.5 furlongs to go. High Top is the clear leader now from Steel Pulse, Do Battle, Sun Prince and Philip of Spain, who's running on well there. And those 5 or 6 have got it between them as they run down into the dip. High Top is clear with 1.5 furlongs to go. High Top is clear of Roberto, who's now running on very strong. Roberto is the danger. It's High Top challenged by Roberto. Then comes Sun Prince, Steel Pulse, Philip of Spain and Big Bead. Racing up now with just 100 yards to go. It's High Top hanging on desperately from Roberto, and he's just going to make it at the post. High Top the winner. Roberto second. Sun
They start the turn in. Well,
it's vaguely Deb still the leader from Fabulous Jane, Freeze the Secret. Dunfermline coming up the centre to go into 4th place, but they have 2.5 furlongs still to go. And it's vaguely Deb still the leader and being tracked now by her stable companion towards the centre, Freeze the Secret. On the left is Dunfermline. Fabulous Jane now dropping out of it. And so with 1.5 furlongs still to go, it's vaguely Deb, Freeze the Secret, Dunfermline. That's the leading 3. They're just over 1 furlong to go. And it's Dunfermline on the near side having a right battle with Freeze the Secret as they pass the furlong from Home Market. It's Franco Dettori on Freeze the Secret. On the near side, Willie Carson, Dunfermline. And it's going to be a royal victory, I think, on the near side, Dunfermline. And Dunfermline now going into the lead. And Dunfermline wins the Oak from Freeze the Secret.
Kicks for home on a ledge. Leicester bidding to win his 8th ledger goes into the lead. But watch Dunfermline now going past her stable companion, Gregarious. So it's Deledged and Dunfermline now. The colt and the filly who've gone clear with 3.5 furlongs to go. Alleged leads. Dunfermline is second, making ground from the pack of Guadagnini and Classic Example. Lucky Sovereign is beaten, so is Alwyn. Romezzo is last of all. 2.5 furlongs to go, and it's Alleged by a couple of lengths only from Dunfermline, who's closing all the time. Alleged, who's never been beaten so far. Dunfermline who won the Oaks, and Dunfermline is now almost on terms with Alleged. It's between these two. They've drawn right away from Classic Example, coming now down towards the distance, and Dunfermline goes into the lead. Dunfermline ahead of Alleged on the inside rails, inside the final furlong, and it's Dunfermline and Willie Carson. Could this be another Royal Classic? Alleged is fighting back, but Dunfermline has the advantage. Racing to the line, Dunfermline is going to win it, and at the line, Dunfermline is the winner. Alleged is second.
They make a run towards the outer, then comes Dickens Hill. And so they've got about 2.5 furlongs still to go. Lifeguard which continues to make it. And they're making a run on the outside is Dickens Hill. Then also just behind them, but they still have about 1.5 furlongs still to go. And it's Dickens Hill and Troy now comes there. And it's Troy now comes sweeping through to take up the running. And so they come now towards the final furlong. It's Troy and Willie Carson in the lead, going away from Dickens Hill, Northern Baby, Ela-Mana-Mou and Life at Wish as they come out towards the line. It's Willie Carson who wins the derby on Troy. Dickens Hill is second. Then comes Northern Baby, Ela-Mana-Mou, Life at Wish, Hard Green, Man of Vision. And so Willie Carson was thoroughly vindicated in opting for number 24, Troy. He had the choice of Troy or Milford. He selected Troy as his mount for the derby, and his judgment has really paid off dividends. And so the 200th running
Dickens Hill is after him. They're turning into the straight now. They've got 3 furlongs to race, and it's the Bart who's in the lead. And then along the inside is Scorpio. On the outside is Fabulous Dancer. Then comes Troy on the wide outside. Dickens Hill along the inside, and Troy is under pressure as the Bart remains up there in front. But here comes Troy. He's coming up and he's running the outside. He's sailed past a lot of them. He's racing down to the last furlong, and Troy is coming away. It's Troy now. And running out to be second is Dickens Hill, but it's Troy out in front. It's not going to be 7 lengths, I think, but it is Troy, and a brilliant performance.
the lead, but Ela-Mana-Mou coming to challenge, and Troy on the right of the picture being traced by Guineas. They're coming down now to the furlong pole, and it's Ela-Mana-Mou being challenged by Troy and Ela-Mana-Mou. Then comes Guineas for France as they race to the inside the final furlong. It's Troy who's taken it up now from Ela-Mana-Mou, with Guineas putting in a great challenge towards the stand side, but it's Troy and Willie Carson striding up to victory towards the line. They're being pressed by Guineas, but they've got it sewn up, and Troy has won it from Guineas second and Ela-Mana-Mou third.
The lead from Willie Carson on Ela-Mana-Mou. Poised just in behind him. Behind Ela-Mana-Mou is Cracking Form, and then Moomba Masquerade, and then R.B. Chesney. 2.5 furlongs to run in the Prince of Wales Stakes, and it's Bonnie Isle being chased and pressed now by Ela-Mana-Mou. Ela-Mana-Mou and Bonnie Isle together now as they race towards the furlong pole. It's Bonnie Isle on the far side, Ela-Mana-Mou taking the advantage now on the near side. Moomba Masquerade coming there strongly in third, and then comes Whole Night putting in a good round. But it's Ela-Mana-Mou from Bonnie Isle on the far side. Bonnie Isle fighting back a bit, but Ela-Mana-Mou with the advantage. Then comes Moomba Masquerade still finishing well as they race up towards the line. Willie Carson on Ela-Mana-Mou from Bonnie Isle and Moomba Masquerade as they come to the line. Ela-Mana-Mou wins it from Moomba Masquerade second, and Bonnie Isle third, and Whole Night 4-5 was Flew Other, and then came Playboy Jubilee and R.B. Chesney and Cracking Form and Bull Theme, and last was the French challenger River.
Also behind in second place. Then Ela-Mana-Mou now has gone up into third in front of Last Fandango and Crackerval on the rails, and Joe Mercer beginning to ask a question now with Hello Gorgeous, who is still last. Turning for home now as they come well past halfway in the Eclipse, and Gregorian, who's made it all so far, has been asked to quicken, and he's doing so, and he's poached a leader some 2 to 3 lengths over. Sea Chimes at the 3 furlong pole with Crackerval in third, Ela-Mana-Mou, and here comes Hello Gorgeous as Last Fandango weakens out on the outside. He's just about last of all at the moment, but it's Gregorian as they come towards the final quarter of a mile. Gregorian with Ela-Mana-Mou now in hot pursuit in second place. Sea Chimes running on again strongly in third, and Hello Gorgeous, and Ela-Mana-Mou now level with Gregorian as they approach the final furlong, and Ela-Mana-Mou now goes on into the lead from Gregorian. Hello Gorgeous looking to roll Dayjur in third, Sea Chimes in fourth, then comes Crackerval, but Gregorian is fighting back over on the far side. Ela-Mana-Mou still has the advantage, but only just. From in second place, Hello Gorgeous. Gregorian's going to be third, running up towards the line. Ela-Mana-Mou it is at the most. Ela-Mana-Mou wins the Eclipse Stakes. Hello Gorgeous second.
More Light and Ela-Mana-Mou, the stable companions. Then Turnabout, then Mrs. Penny, breathing menacingly just in behind them. Then comes Main Reef, but Willie Carson has struck the front on Ela-Mana-Mou. And it's Willie Carson and Ela-Mana-Mou from Lester Piggott on Mrs. Penny. Gregorian making progress over on the far rail. Then comes Dunet on the outside, and Ela-Mana-Mou making a great run now towards the stand side. But it's Ela-Mana-Mou from Mrs. Penny. There's little between the two. Willie Carson and Lester Piggott as they race into the closing stages. It's Lester on the near side, Willie Carson on the far side, Ela-Mana-Mou and Mrs. Penny. Ela-Mana-Mou's just stretching clear now as they come to the line to win it. Ela-Mana-Mou's won it from Mrs. Penny second, Gregorian third, Dunet fourth.
Approaching Tattenham Corner, and it's blast off on the inside of Braffing. Then comes Rankin, then right up on the far side Moomba Masquerade. The leading forward, then followed by Henbit, and then comes Hello Gorgeous. Then just in behind them, then comes Starway, and therefore neatly followed on the inner by Palaran and Garrido. So the leader's now running round Tattenham Corner, and it's blast off still the leader from Braffing in second place. Moomba Masquerade up on the outer, then just in behind the leading 3 is Rankin. Unleashing a run towards the outside, then is Henbit. Then comes Hello Gorgeous, and then just in behind the leaders towards the far side to his Prince Spruce, but it's Rankin who's now broken clear into the lead. So Rankin now takes it up from Henbit, and just in behind them Garrido. Pellerin finishing well on the far side. Then comes Master Willie and also Hello Gorgeous, but Henbit and Willie Carson now takes it up. So they run now towards the final furlong, and it's Henbit in the lead. Master Willie coming late. Rankin on the far side. On the heels the leading 3 is Garrido, but it's Henbit holding the advantage. They come up towards the line. It's Willie Carson on Henbit. He's going to win the derby, and he's done that from Master Willie. Rankin, Pellerin, Garrido.
On the near side, it's Sylvan Barbarossa who leads. Coming down the centre of the track is Celestial Dancer, showing very good speed. But over on the far side, toward the right of the picture, Sober leads the overall group. Sober in the lead from on stage, and then just in behind these comes Habibti. Coming down the centre of the track is No Alcoholic. On the extreme left of the picture is Salieri making ground to go past Sylvan Barbarossa. Also Tatibar with them. They've got just 2 furlongs to go. And on the right of the picture, it's Sober in the lead from Habibti and on stage. In the centre of the track, No Alcoholic. The French raider Maximova coming with a run, as to is Salieri. Just over a furlong to go, and it's Salieri on the very wide outside, Sober toward the right of the picture, coming inside the final furlong, and it's now Habibti that takes up the running. Habibti in the lead from Sober and on stage. Habibti going on by 2 lengths now from Sober on stage, coming up toward the line. Habibti's going to win it at the line. Habibti is the winner. Sober is second, on stage third. A 3-way finish
from Sober, who's being tracked by Habibti. Edward Hyde has switched Baudelaire right over towards the stands rails now, and it's Saif El Arab being pressed by Sober. Then Habibti travelling very smoothly just in behind him. Baudelaire's got it to do on the stand side, and now Sober and Habibti. Habibti coming there very strongly now to take the initiative off Sober, and it's Habibti going away from Sober. Baudelaire's not going to get in and challenge at all, and Habibti is going to become the first English-trained filly to win the Vernons. She's striding away to win it very comfortably indeed, and Willie Carson makes this a procession at the line. Habibti is the winner, and Sober is second, and on stage is third, and 4 Barbados, and 5 Saif El Arab, and 6 and last.
Now Some Princess on the outside of Gaia, then comes Cormorant Wood. So as they race down to Tattenham Corner, Some Princess now takes up the running from Gaia. The favourite is next to the rails, only just in the picture there on the extreme right, but it's Some Princess from Gaia, then Cormorant Wood, Royal Heroine, New Coins, Acclimatise, then Alexandria. Behind these comes Ski Sailing, then Shoreline, in line for home. 3 furlongs to go. Some Princess in the lead from Cormorant Wood, Gaia, then Acclimatise making ground, then New Coins, then Royal Heroine. 2.5 furlongs to go, and Willie Carson on Some Princess is clear. Willie Carson on Some Princess clear from Acclimatise and Cormorant Wood, then Royal Heroine. The favourite Alexandria is beaten in the mid-division, got a furlong and a half to go, and Some Princess some 4 to 5 to 6 lengths clear now from Acclimatise in second place. Some Princess drawing right away from Acclimatise, coming inside the final furlong now, and it's Willie Carson going for home, 10 lengths clear on his third winner in the Oaks. Some Princess well clear from Acclimatise, coming up toward the line. Some Princess the winner. Acclimatise is second, New Coins is third. Then came Shoreline, Ski Sailing, Cormorant Wood, Royal Heroine, Solelar, Current Razor, Gaia, Mytidia. The favourite Alexandria looks distressed, only has 3 behind her. Those 3 are Fields of Spring, tailed off, a Cora's Prediction tailed off, and totally tailed off is Hagan's Holly. And so the result of this, the 205th running of the Oaks, a win in most convincing and emphatic fashion for number 17, Sun Princess. Lady Dara and Green Lucia, and Current Razor at the back marker. Half a mile left to race, and Give Thanks now ranging alongside Sun Princess. Give Thanks, in fact, going into the lead from Sun Princess. Acclimatise is close up. Green Lucia is closing. They've got just over 3 furlongs to go, but Sun Princess comes back into the lead as Give Thanks comes under pressure. 2.5 to go, and Sun Princess in the lead from Give Thanks under pressure, with Green Lucia and Panettone now switched. Then comes Acclimatise, just over 2 furlongs to go, and Sun Princess really stretching now, being chased by Green Lucia. Give Thanks is under pressure and looking one-paced. A furlong and a half to go, and next to the rails it's Sun Princess, but Green Lucia throwing down a challenge. Give Thanks is beaten, so do Acclimatise. The Oaks winner in the lead with a furlong to go, and Sun Princess drawing away from Green Lucia, coming well inside the final furlong. Sun Princess well clear from Green Lucia. Then comes Give Thanks at one pace, disappointing third. Coming up towards the line, Sun Princess is going to win it handsomely. Sun Princess is the winner. Green Lucia is second, Give Thanks third. Then came Acclimatise fourth, and jumping distances back to Current Razor, who's fifth, and Lady Dara, who's virtually pulled up and just trailing in, yet to pass the winning post. And so the outcome of this, the Yorkshire Oaks, a win for Castle. Just in behind these is Sun Princess, and Aeorian going well. Ravinsky, the rag, is tailed off. They've got just over 3 furlongs to go. Carlingford Castle strikes the front from Esprit du Nord. Then behind these Desari, and now unleashing a run is Sun Princess. They've got 2.5 furlongs to go. Carlingford Castle, Esprit de Nord, and here comes Some Princess up on the outside. 2 furlongs to go, 3 in a line. Some Princess, Carlingford Castle, Esprit de Nord, who's hanging over to the right to the far rail. 1.5 furlongs to go, and Some Princess now comes through to take up the running from Carlingford Castle, who's battling back. Esprit de Nord is in 3rd place on the far side, but rallying, coming inside the final furlong. It's Some Princess in the lead from Carlingford Castle, with Esprit de Nord staying on very strongly indeed on the far side. Some Princess, Esprit de Nord, Carlingford Castle. Some Princess is the winner. A photo for 2nd place between Esprit de Nord and Carlingford Castle. These clear of Don Pasquini.
You can make a mistake one day and it's a bad one, and you go out of fashion. You know, we're in a fashion game here. Stallions are fashionable, jockeys are fashionable, everything's a fashion.
Did you ever feel you went out of fashion?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I remember, Don't Forget Me.
87.
I was 7th in line to ride him. I took Elaine and we went and stayed with friends in Ireland, and I went to the races, and I was after the cork lot, the bitch pack they called them, when they were what was it, the Hogans. And I was in the bar with them and saying, "All right, your horse, all right." This was in January. This was Don't Forget Me. But I was about 7th in line. I only got in on him 2 days, or Greville was going to ride him, and I knew that my spy told me that Guy Harwood was definitely going to run. I can't remember which horse it was, but he was definitely going to run it, and Greville would have to ride it. And I just hung back, and I think I might have been badgering Richard Ann, and I said, "Greville's not going to be able to ride, you know." Anyway, we got on him. That's a good story as well. When the night before that horse went to the races in the horse box, pulled a shoe, nails went in his foot, and some hard-working lad, I think it might have been Taffy, sat up all night
Deputy Governor
and
Bellotto on the extreme right.
poulticed
They
that
passed the
foot
bushes.
all night.
They've got just over 2 furlongs to go in a wide open race. And Don't Forget Me has it from Midian, then Deputy Governor and Bellotto. The favourite Ajdal tries to pick it up on the inside. Lockton drops away. Most Welcome stays on. They race down into the dip, just over a furlong to go, and Don't Forget Me with a call over Midian and Deputy Governor and Ajdal in a bumping match with Most Welcome. They come inside the final furlong, and it's Don't Forget Me who's holding on. Bellotto punishing a late run on the very wide outside. It's Don't Forget Me and Bellotto fairly eats up the ground, but Don't Forget Me wins the Guineas. Don't Forget Me, Bellotto from Most Welcome and Midian and Ajdal.
I was proud of that ride because I made all the running, and my fractions, if you look back, spot on. It was a good ride.
And
but then I was, at that time, I was believing in me, although others weren't.
And that was 87. Don't Forget Me, what an appropriately named horse.
Then just in behind that in the pink cap is Dane Hill. The one that's well and truly tailed off is Travelling Tris, but they pass the bushes, just over 2 to go, and it's Nashwan now that strikes the front. Nashwan in the lead, but coming there strongly is Exporn in a white cap. Dane Hill pressing for the lead, and Ela-Mana-Mou, a mark of distinction, opens up. Saratoga tries to quicken up Zayani with it all to do, but Nashwan pressed on the far side by Dane Hill. Mark of distinction in the brown colours, Exporn with a white cap. They're inside the final furlong, and Nashwan just has it from Dane Hill. Exporn finishing strongly, but Nashwan quickens again inside the final furlong, and Nashwan wins from Exporn. Dane Hill, mark of distinction, Monster Gem, Ela-Mana-Mou, Pure Genius, Zayani, Saratoga, then wide to allow Cacoethes to go through, but Nashwan makes his run wider still. Ildaniski in behind these, then Warshan, and then comes Flockton's Own. Terrion is the back marker, sharing last place with Mill Pond, but they begin the descent to Tattenham Corner, and at this stage the favourite Nashwan in the blue jacket is well placed in 4th on the outside of the rank outside of Flockton's Own. But it's Cacoethes in front now as they begin the descent, and with just over 4 furlongs to go. Dayjur next to the rails, Cacoethes cruising on the outside of him. Then behind these comes Ildaniski. Nashwan now
pushed along in 4, but Starkey goes for home with 3 furlongs to go in the ever-ready derby. Cacoethes pressed on the outside by Ildiniski, but here comes Nashwan with a good-looking split. Dayjur, Cacoethes third, then came Ildiniski and Millpond, followed by Grand Albert Classic Fame, then Dayjur, then Cockton's Own, Prince of Dance, Warshan, and last of Giants are tucked in behind at a gap of 2 lengths. Nashwan 4, Warning 5, and Indian Skimmer just in last place. But Greensmith setting a very good pace indeed, leads by a length. 2 opening verse in second, and then comes Spring Hay and Warning on the outside of Nashwan, and Indian Skimmer is back in last place. And they've gone over a quarter of a mile already, and it's Greensmith leading by half a length with opening verse on the inside of him. A gap then of 2 lengths to Spring Hay, who shows in third. A length behind that is the powerful Nashwan in 4, Warning settled 5, and Indian Skimmer tucked away in last place. And they continue down the far side, down towards the halfway stage, and Greensmith with a white cap is wide of opening verse in second. Then comes Spring Hay in third, followed by Nashwan in 4th place. Then Warning is wide, and Indian Skimmer is still last, and they're past halfway, and it's opening verse that goes on. Opening verse in the lead to Greensmith in second, and the top cards have yet to be played, and they're still well out the back, and it's opening verse who's gone clear by 5, and now Nashwan starts to make ground on the outside of Greensmith. Warning forced even wider still. Indian Skimmer comes with a run, but it's her pacemaker. Opening verse in front as they come down towards the 3, but here comes Nashwan through in the blue, under 3 to race, and opening verse clear of Nashwan and Indian Skimmer, and Warning, who when he goes past the 2 furlong marker will be in unknown territory, and they come down towards the 2, and it's opening verse being pressed hard by Warning and by Nashwan, and here comes Nashwan on the outside, a furlong and a half to go, and Nashwan goes on, and the crowd rise to a champion. It's Nashwan clear by 2, back to 3 to Indian Skimmer. Warning is right out of it, he's struggling, but Nashwan has it, and in the quest for the best, it's Nashwan who pulls 4 clear. The race is for the place. Nashwan has it. He maintains his unbeaten record. This isn't his best trip, but he's winning it emphatically, and Nashwan is the winner. A photo-second opening verse made just for 5th Indian Skimmer, but they are 15 clear of Warning, who's 4th, and then came Spring Hay, and Greensmith was last of all. And
with Top Class very close to him. Then Tisserand, Sheriff Star trying to make grounds on the outside of Tisserand. Coming now to the half-mile pole in the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes, and Polymos is still the leader from Top Class, who's made a charge now for the front under Michael Robertson, who's gone to the front. Top Class has gone to the front now from Carroll House and Polymos. Nashwan is in 4, Cacoethes 5, into the home straight, an enterprising Brit for glory here by Michael Roberts as he stormed clear on Top Class under pressure. Nashwan has now moved into second. Nashwan is being tracked by Cacoethes. Nashwan is cutting down Top Class as though he didn't exist. Nashwan has stored into the lead now from Cacoethes, who's coming there to challenge him. It's Nashwan and Cacoethes now, the big 2 3-year-olds as they race towards the line. Nashwan on the far side, Cacoethes on the near side. As they race to the line, it's Nashwan and Cacoethes, and Nashwan has won it. Nashwan has won it from Cacoethes. Top Class is third, 4 is Sheriff Star, 5, 6 and 7 but Carroll House and Polymos and Tisserand was last. Well, the rerun is going to be as dramatic as the race itself. There were 2 very dramatic incidents in this race. On the near side from Ron's Victory, and Nabil Dancer just in behind the lead. It's Dayjur in the center. Ron's Victory showing there with his white face. Then comes Boozy towards the outside of Dayjur. Nabil Dancer in behind them towards the stand side. Dayjur with the advantage from Nabil Dancer on the near side. Laguna Beach putting in a run also, but it's Dayjur the leader from the white face. Ron's Victory in the center. Dancing Music over on the far side. Laguna Beach getting the better of Nabil Dancer over on the stand side, but it's Dayjur as they race into the closing stages. Dayjur is going to win this well as they come up towards the line. Dayjur has run away with it. Dayjur is the winner. Ron's Victory is second. It's going to be a photo but third between Laguna Beach, who probably just beats Poil George, with Mademoiselle Chloe next.
halfway, and the Nickerson horse, the American horse, has missed it. Dayjur gets there early. Lugana-Beach is on the right with Stato Blessed, and Willie Carson is taking no prisoners. He's clear by 2 as they race for the first furlong. It's Dayjur in the lead. The American horse, Mr. Nickerson, with the white bridle. On the left is Pharaoh's Delight, tracked by Carroll's Treasure and then Blighton Lad. Lugana-Beach and Stato Blessed is on the left, and they come to the halfway stage in this Keeneland Nunthorpe Stakes, and it's Dayjur, the English sprinter, in the lead, showing the best of his way home. Is clear by 3. Stato Blessed and Mr. Nickerson in second, then Pharaoh's Delight with Lugana-Beach. The rest could be ruled out. They've only got a furlong and a half to go, and Willie Carson isn't hanging about. He's still in the lead on Dayjur, clear by 2. Stato Blessed on the right puts in a big finish. Pharaoh's Delight is third, Mr. Nickerson fourth at best. Carroll's Treasure picks up, but it's Dayjur from Transfer Line, and Dayjur is clear by 3 to 4 from Stato Blessed. And as they race up towards the line, Dayjur has it. Dayjur the winner, Stato Blessed second, Pharaoh's Delight third, 4 was Argentum, 5 Carroll's Treasure, 6 Lugana-Beach. Nickerson beat 2.
And Dead Certain is not running a race at all. Look at her head. Dead Certain dropping right out of it, the same as happened at Newbury. It's Dayjur on the rails, pressed by Todd. On the outside, the Frenchman Ron's Victory. Here comes Great Commotion with a big run as they race down past the 2 furlong marker. Dayjur by 2. Great Commotion coming to challenge. On the wide outside, it's Ron's Victory battling on. But Dayjur is storming clear. This is a sensational performance. Dayjur going 4-5 lengths clear on the ground that he doesn't really like. Here comes the Irish Challenger Royal Academy, closing the gap a little bit, but Willie Carson's cruising home on Dayjur. Dayjur, a real champion sprinter. Royal Academy pursues him home, but Dayjur wins it at the line. Royal Academy is second, Pharaoh's Delight is third, fourth was Great Commotion, fifth was the French Challenger Ron's Victory, then Duck and Dive, and then Todd, and last of the 8,
where the others are. Mick Kinnan was fined 1,000 francs here yesterday for crossing at the start too soon, but Dayjur is absolutely blazing. They race for the first quarter mile. He has it. Stato Blessed in the yellow cap shows second. Touch of white yellow colours is wide and boozy, and then behind these Lugana-Beach and Pharaoh's Delight, but it's Dayjur now, powers clear. They've gummed halfway, and it's Dayjur. He's pulled right away from these. He's clear by 3. It's a race for the place. They've got 2 furlongs left to go. It's Dayjur by 4, by 5. 2 in second place, Stato Blessed, and then Lugana-Beach. Then Pharaoh's Delight and Touch of White, and boozes the back marker. No birthday present for Jack Berry. And it's Dayjur all the way. He's going to win this very tidily indeed. He's starting to just tie up a little bit, and Lugana-Beach has come out of the pack to take second place at the line. Dayjur wins it, pulling up from Lugana-Beach, Pharaoh's Delight and Stato Blessed. A big gap.
Kep goes right to the lead. The filly champion quickly opens up here by 2 lengths. And on the far outside, Dayjur is right there, and Glitterman is also mixing it up. Dayjur mixing it up now with his American rivals. Carson City is up close to the pace. He's running along in 4th position. Potentiality is 5th. Dargai is now racing in 6th position. Mr. Nickerson has fallen. We have a spill on the turn. Shakernet went down, and Mr. Nickerson also down on the track. Spill on the far turn, and now the field moving toward the top of the stretch. It's Dayjur fighting it out with last year's champion Safely Kept. The English champion now has taken a short lead as they come to the top of the stretch. Safely Kept is right there in behind him. Glitterman is now running along in 3rd. Black Tie Affair sweeps to the outside. Then Prospector's Gamble and Carson City. They hooked up at the start. They're still going at it. Safely Kept on the inside. Brave down to the final furlong. On the outside, Dayjur, and neither giving way. A dramatic confrontation here as they come down to the final 16th, and it is Dayjur who forges to the front. Safely Kept coming back at him, and Dayjur took a bad step 10 feet from the wire, and Safely Kept comes on to snatch the victory in the final stride.
They were then game planning in the groove, really cruising. Cartagena of the front 3 in the betting is the first one to be pushed along, but it's still Ahead who leads as they begin the descent to Tattenham Corner. Ahead in the lead from Knight's Baroness in the dark green, with running next to the rail Salsabil in blue. Behind these, Cartagena looks cooked. In the groove comes with a run, game plan full of running in behind them. As Ahead goes for home, they race down to the 3. Garum is last, Cartagena last but 1. Walter Swinburne's accepted it, and it's Knight Baroness, but here on the outside in the yellow cap comes Game Plan. Salsabil looking for room and finds it and goes well and quickens up and comes to take the Gold Seal Oaks. It's Salsabil and Willie Carson driving for home. They've taken a length out of the others. Knight's Baroness ahead next to the rails is very tired. In the group, Bull Boy can't find more, and they come inside the final furlong, and it's Salsabil well clear of Game Plan. In the group could get a place, but Salsabil driven up towards the line, and Salsabil finding extra pace, and Willie Carson wins the race yet again, and Salsabil is the winner. Game Plan a big run for second, Knights Baroness third in the Group 4. Then came ahead 5, a big gap to Cameo Performance and behind.
And moving nicely in behind the principals as they race towards the home turn. Deploy still has the advantage from Quest for Fame. Blue Stag in third. Salsabil has lost a little bit of ground on the turn. Belmiz making ground towards the outside. 3 furlongs to run now. And it's Deploy from Quest for Fame. Then comes Blue Stag. Belmiz on the outside. Salsabil being chased along. They're coming to the 2 furlong marker. Deploy has the advantage from Quest for Fame. Salsabil moves into third. Belmiz challenging on the outside. Salsabil delivering a tremendous challenge now to Deploy, and it's Salsabil who comes to challenge Deploy now. The filly is going to win the derby. Salsabil is riding away from Deploy. Willie Carson maintains his tremendous form. Salsabil has won the derby. Deploy is second. Belmiz is in a photo for third with Blue Stag and may have just got third from Blue Stag on the far side. Quest for Fame disappointing in between the two.
Second favourite, tracked through by after her by Silver Braid, and making ground up towards the outside now is Shadai. Just one wide of her is Kuyonga for Ireland. They're coming down a halfway in the 1000 with Gentle Aria just the leader from Cloche d'Or, Tetradon and Miranda J over to Graham.
So Willie, one from the left in the striped cap. Leicester's got him in his sights, you'll notice, in the red and green hoops. And Shadai is going to be ridden for pace. Cloche d'Or has it. Shadai just had to be checked as they went through the first quarter mile, but pulled to the outside with a run. Cloche d'Or in the blue and white is also there. Only Yours in red colours, bang there too. Shadai, Kuyonga is off the pace. Coming with a run tucked in behind, and handy is the French Once in My Life. And through on the inside, Crystal Gazing in the dark blue. But Shadai in the striped cap goes for home from Only Yours in red. Crystal Gazing the rail. Kuyonga is on the outside. Once in My Life running a big race, could get placed. Dartry off the pace, picks up for Shadai now. Lengthens and goes on inside the final furlong. The odds-on favourite's going to be collect. It's a race for the places as Shadai takes the general accident. 1,000 guineas. Kuyonga is second for Leicester Pickett. A photo third. Crystal Gazing and Once in My Life and Only Yours and Dartry. A big gap to Zidora and then Positive Acclaim. And the last horse to pass the post was Miranda J. The result then of this general accident. 1,000. King's Theatre, and they begin the descent to Tattenham Corner, and it's Mr. Bailey's doing the work. Mr. Bailey's Pencada on the outside. Hard with a lot of running to do. Sunshak is out the back, and they're coming round Tattenham Corner, and Mr. Bailey's is clear of his field, clear by 4 or 5 lengths now as they head for home. Colonel Colt's coming with a run, and then Camasine's there with chances. Linneyhead with a run, King's Theatre with a run. They're past the 3, and Mr. Bailey's is clear by 6 lengths to the north. The white cap is King's Theatre. Spotting cap the outside is Colonel Collins, and they come down to the 2 furlong marker, and Mr. Bailey's in the lead, clear by 3. Colonel Collins, the spotting cap. White cap is King's Theatre. Is between these 3 now. Mr. Bailey's has come back to the field. Harv is picking up well, but it's King's Theatre that goes to the line. King's Theatre from Colonel Collins. Here comes the favourite Harv with a devastating burst on the outside as they race up towards the line. Harv and Willie Carson lifts the derby. Harv, King's Theatre, Colonel Collins, Mr. Bailey's Camertine, Pencada, then came Golden Ball and Jabberoo to start prediction Ionio, then Chocolate de Maru go, followed by Way Anchor.
An unfamiliar face on the track, and I've found him. This is the horse that has been balloted out of the Stewards' Cup, hasn't it?
It has, mate. I'm really gutted. He's been flying on the gallops.
He has been going very well in the gallops.
Been catching pigeons well.
Has he? But unfortunately, you won't be seeing him running in the Stewards' Cup. Sorry about that.
No worries, mate. Gutted.
Anyway, have a good bit of oats tonight.
I will do.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.
Did you not fancy riding that one? He's got the giggles now. I'll just, while Willie recovers himself, just tell you
he was walking into the racecourse when we were coming down filming up in Trundle Hill, so we just did that, and that's what he said to me.
It's very, very good. 4 races tomorrow.